Hello students, this will be a short session where I will introduce you to the concept of inverse of a matrix. Consider any number, say consider 2. 2 into which number gives us 1? We know that 2 into 1 upon 2 is 1. Similarly, any other number, say 5 into 1 upon 5 is 1. So here the number 1 upon 2 is known as reciprocal of 2. Similarly, 1 upon 5 is a reciprocal of 5. That means any number multiplied with its reciprocal gives us 1. Can we apply the same idea to matrices? Suppose A is a matrix. Now, in the concept of matrices, I is equivalent to 1. I is a unit matrix and unit matrix is equivalent to 1. So, A into which number or which matrix gives us I? Now remember, here we cannot say 1 upon A. So, we use the concept this way. A into A inverse is equal to I. Now this term A raised to minus 1 is termed as inverse of A. So A into A inverse is equal to I. Similarly, A inverse into A is equal to I. So this is the concept of inverse. Now let us take an example here. Suppose A is the given matrix, a 2 by 2 matrix, and B is the inverse of A. Suppose B is also a 2 by 2 matrix. Suppose we do A into B. Remember matrix multiplication, what is done over here? The first row is multiplied with the first column to get the 1/1th element. The first row is multiplied with the corresponding elements of the second column to get the 1/2th element. Similarly, the second row with the first column gives us this element and the second row with the second column gives us the last element over here. Thus we get the answer for AB. We observe that AB is a unit matrix. Thus A into B is equal to I. What is B into A? Again in this case B into A is equal to I, as you can see over here. Thus we can say that AB is equal to BA is equal to I, or B is the inverse of A and A is the inverse of B. There are certain things to keep in mind regarding the inverse of a matrix. First of all, a square matrix A has an inverse if and only if it is non-singular. That means mod A is not equal to 0 or determinant of A is not equal to 0. If mod A is 0, then we say that the matrix A is non-invertible. That means it does not have an inverse. Similarly, the inverse of a matrix, if it exists, is unique. That means every matrix has one and only one inverse if it is invertible then. Now we start with the exercise. Let us get some practice regarding checking whether the matrices are invertible. So the question is, check whether the following matrices are invertible or not. The first one, as you can see, the rows are 1, 0 and 0, 1. To check whether the matrix is invertible, we convert the matrix into a determinant like so. If A is the matrix, mod A is the determinant. Solve the determinant and see. If the answer comes as 0, then the matrix is singular and non-invertible. But here the answer is coming as 1. So our conclusion is that the matrix A is invertible. That means if a matrix turns out to be non-singular, it is invertible. That's all that is there to these sums. These sums can be practiced by you. You can check for yourself whether these matrices are invertible or not. Now in this sum, some trigonometric functions are given as the elements of a matrix. So as you can see, the rows contain cos theta sin theta and minus sin theta cos theta. As usual, convert the matrix into a determinant. On solving the determinant, you get cos square theta plus sin square theta. Now you know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. It's an identity. And thus the matrix is invertible. You can solve the next sum in a similar manner. Remember, sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. From that you can conclude about the matrix. These sums can be done as an assignment as well, where 3 by 3 matrices are given. You can convert them into determinants, solve them and check whether 0 comes or not. One more question regarding inverse. Find AB. A and B are the given matrices. You have to see whether AB has an inverse or not. So here first we'll find AB. A into B. Thus we get the answer like this. It's a 2 by 2 matrix. Check the orders. Remember your concept regarding multiplication. And thus we get AB. Now to see whether AB has an inverse or not, what do we do? Correct. We convert AB into a determinant and solve it and check it out. Here the final answer comes as minus 6, which is not equal to 0 obviously, and thus we say that AB has an inverse. So students, that is all that there is to today's lecture. So here we saw whether matrices do have inverse or not. But then we have not yet studied as to how to find the inverse of a given matrix. So that will come in the next few lectures. There are two methods for finding the inverse of a given matrix, and that we'll be learning one by one in the next few lectures which are there. Till then, keep practicing. Bye students.